नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Bhagavatam study. So, till now, we have been studying from the pastime of Lord Vamana, which happened in the 7th Manvantara. Now, today we'll begin the last chapter of the 8th canto, wherein Parikshit Maharaj, who just heard about Lord Vamana, who appeared as a dwarf boy and became Trivikrama, occupying the entire universe. Same way, Lord also appeared as a small fish and became a huge fish, as big as the Jambudvipa. So there, he remembered that, of course, Lord, when he appears, he does wonderful activities beyond our imagination. So becoming Trivikrama is one such pastime, and appearing huge, appearing as a Matsya and becoming huge is also another pastime. Hearing one, he remembered about the other one and he asked. And by the way, the pastime of Lord Vamana is taking place in 7th Manvantara, that too in the heavenly abodes. And the pastime of Matsya, which took place in the 6th Manvantara. So those details of 6th Manvantara started in 6th canto, 6th canto, 7th canto, until the middle of 8th canto, there was a discussion about 6th Manvantara only. And in the later part of the 8th canto, the discussion about the 7th Manvantara just started. Those details which happened in the heaven, they are mentioned. The whole 9th canto will talk about what happened on the earth during the 7th Manvantara. So before getting into the recent details of the earth, some missing details of the heaven during the which is connected to both earth and heaven, actually, not only heaven, earth also. Some missing details about it is combination of both. Some missing details of the 6th canto are mentioned now. I was thinking that Lord Vamana's pastime is happened in the heaven. So the heavenly details are mentioned for 7th Manvantara. Now earthly details will start in the 9th canto. So in that way, the Matsya's pastime comes at the end of the 8th canto, then 9th canto onwards until the end of the Bhagavatam. It is all about what's happening in the earth and heaven during the 7th Manvantara. Primarily on the earth, also the earthly beings also visit heaven and assist them and help them. So there is an interrelation between those two different set of people. So in that way. So now the 24th chapter describes how Lord Matsya, teacher of knowledge, frolicked in the great ocean, was praised by King Satyavrata and then spoke to him. So Lord Matsya's pastime is explained in the last chapter of the 8th canto. It is a big chapter. So we'll discuss today and also next week also we'll discuss. Then we'll start 9th canto. Sri Rajo Vacha.
श्रीराजो उवाच
Bhagavan Shrotumichami
भगवान् श्रोतुमिच्छामि
Hareradbhutakarmanaha
हरेरद्भुतकर्मणः
Avatara Katamadhyam
अवतारकथाम् आद्याम्
Maya Masya Vidambanam.
Maya Matsya Vidambanam. Maharaj Parikshit said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is eternally situated in his transcendental position, yet he descends to this material world and manifests himself in various incarnations. His first incarnation was that of a great fish. O most powerful Shukadev Goswami, I wish to hear from you the pastimes of that fish incarnation.
Hmm. So here Parikshit Maharaj is raising the question. O great sage, I wish to hear the story in which the Lord who performs astonishing activities imitates a material fish. Maya Matsya Vidambanam. Yeah, he appears in front of us like a material fish, but he exhibits wonderful activities. Just like Lord Vamana appeared as an ordinary Brahmana boy in the midst of the yajna where Bali Maharaj was sponsoring, but eventually exhibited wonderful feature. Same way here, Matsya also does the same thing. Remembering the Lord as Matsya, after hearing how Lord Vamana expanded himself above the sky, King Parikshit asks about this form of the Supreme Lord. Just as the Lord took the form of a beggar as Vamana, which is condemned for its activities. So, begging in general is not appreciated so much. Similarly, the Lord took the form of a fish, criticized among animal species. Among all different animal species, the order of the fish is very unbearable. All other animals have different orders, somewhat manageable, but fish's order is unbearable. So, since all things are related to Matsya will be told, the story of Satyavrata will also be told in relation to this. The Lord imitates a material fish. That means he is not a material fish. He is simply imitating, he is acting like a material fish, but he is not a material fish. So, in that way, the king the story, because if you want to discuss the Lord, the devotee of the Lord should be discussed. If you want to discuss Narsingadev, we should discuss Prahlad Maharaj. If you want to discuss Varaha, we should discuss Bhudevi. So, like that, if you want to discuss Lord Matsya, we need to discuss about Lord Matsya's devotee, King Satyavrata. So, this is a common feature which we can see throughout the Bhagavatam. यदर्थं यदर्थं मददाद्रूपं
यदर्थम् अदधात् रूपम्
मास्यं लोकाजुगुप्सितम्
जुगुप्सितम्
तमः प्रकृतिदुर्मर्शम्
तमः प्रकृति दुर्मर्शम्
कर्मग्रस्ता इवेश्वरः
कर्मग्रस्ता इवेश्वरः
एतन्नो भगवन् सर्वम्
एतनो भगवान् सर्वम्
यथावद्वक्तुमर्हसि
यथावत् वक्तुमर्हसि
उत्तमश्लोकचरितम्
तमश्लोकचरितम्
सर्वलोकासुकावहम्
सर्वलोकासुखावहितम् What was the purpose for which the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted the abominable form of a fish, exactly as an ordinary living being accepts different forms under the laws of karma? The form of a fish is certainly condemned and full of terrible pain. Oh my Lord, what was the purpose of this incarnation? Kindly explain this to us, for hearing about the pastimes of the Lord is auspicious for everyone. Hare Krishna.
So we know why Lord Varaha appeared, we know why Lord Narsimha appeared, we know why Lord Ajita appeared, we know why Lord Vamana appeared. Similarly, I would like to know why Lord Matsya appeared. So in that way, is asking, why did the Lord accept the seemingly abominable form of a fish in Tamoguna, condemned by the world, as if controlled by karma? O sage, kindly explain to me everything about this pastime of the Lord, which gives happiness to the entire world. The word Eva should be added to the other phrases describing Matsya so that the meaning becomes as if in Tamoguna and as if intolerable. It is not that Lord Matsya is in Tamoguna, but Lord Matsya acted as if he is in Tamoguna. So, in that way, the Lord took the form of a condemned beggar to give mercy to his devotee Bali. Same way, if this case is similar, then I want to know to whom the Lord gave mercy by accepting the condemned form of a fish. In order to show mercy to Bali, Lord accepted the condemned profession of begging. Same way, unto whom Lord want to show mercy, for that purpose he accepted the condemned form of fish. The activities of the famous Lord give joy to the entire world because those activities are glorified and heard. To which devotee did the form of Lord Matsya give joy? For whose pleasure, for whose protection Lord appeared as a Matsya? That was the inquiry. So in these three verses, Parikshit Maharaj made the inquiry, and the rest of the chapter there is a discussion about Lord Matsya. So first two verses in general, what is the purpose of Lord Incarnation is mentioned. Then, just like in Chakshusha Manvantara, the Lord is appearing to protect King Satyavrata. Same way, the Lord also appeared during the primary, during the first Manvantara, Swayambhu Manvantara, to protect the Vedas. First, that pastime is mentioned briefly, and then King Satyavrata's pastime will be mentioned elaborately. Just like Lord Varaha also appeared as Shweta Varaha during Swayambhu Manvantara to lift the Bhumandala for the sake of Swayambhu Manu. Same way, he also appeared during Chakshusha Manvantara to lift the Bhumandala for the sake of Kashyapa and others. So, in that way. Sri Suta Uvacha
श्रीसूत उवाच
Ityukto Vishnurātena
इत्युक्तो विष्णुरातेन
Bhagavan Badarayanihi
भगवान् बादरायणी
Uvacha Charitam Vishnor
उवाच चरितं विष्णोर्
Masya Rupena Yatkrutam.
मत्स्यरूपेण यत्कृतम्. Sutta Goswami said, when Parikshit Maharaj thus inquired from Shukadeva Goswami, the most powerful saintly person began describing the pastimes of the Lord's incarnation as a fish.
Sukadeva Goswami says, as Parikshit Maharaj inquired in this way, and Sukadeva Goswami began to narrate the pastimes of Lord Matsya. Sri Sukha Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Go Viprasura Sadhunam
Goviprasura Sadhunam
Chandasam Api Cheshwaraha
Chandasam Apicheshwaraham
Raksham Icham Stanurdatte
Raksham Ichham Sanurdatte
Dharmasyartasya Chaivahi.
Dharmasyarthasya Chaivahi. Shri Shukdev Goswami said, O king, for the sake of protecting the cows, brahmanas, demigods, devotees, the Vedic literature, religious principles, and principles to fulfill the purpose of life, the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts the forms of incarnations.
So the general purpose of Lord's appearance is described in this verse. Why Lord appears in various avatars? What were the main motive was his appearance? What was his responsibility to appears? Responsibility with which he appears again and again is indicated in this verse. Go Vipra Sura Sadhunam Chandasam Api Cheshwara. And especially this verse is being spoken here in the 8th canto because the first Lord Matsya appeared to protect the Vedas. The second Lord Matsya appeared to protect all of them. So there is a connection to all these people. So in that way, this verse is coming here. Sukadeva Goswami is saying that for the sake of protecting the cows, the Brahmanas, the Devatas, the devotees, the Vedic literatures, dharma and artha, the Supreme Lord accepts the forms of incarnations. So normally when we see dharma and artha, we may think that dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the first two are purusharthas. We may consider like that. No, normally a king or devatas are responsible to protect the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, which are as per the varnashram system. But when dharma and artha are explained in terms of the Supreme Lord, here dharma stands for Bhagavad Dharma, not simply ordinary varnashram dharma. But when the dharma is used in relation to Supreme Lord, it especially stands Bhagavad Dharma. And artha represents not the material wealth, but artha here is the purpose of life, that is going back home, back to Godhead. So the means is Bhagavad Dharma. The goal is going back home, back to Godhead, that is artha. So these two are the main purposes with which the Lord appears again and again. He appears to teach Bhagavad Dharma. He appears to inspire all of us to go back home, back to Godhead. He comes here to take us back home, back to Godhead. That is the artha. That is the real purpose of the living entity in the material world. Real purpose of the existence of the living entity in the material world. For everyone, not only human beings, for everyone. We are existing here. The main purpose of our life is this one, going back home, back to Godhead. So, for us to practice Bhagavad Dharma, for us to go back home, back to Godhead, we need the assistance of all these people. For anything, any small thing that we do, we need the help of cow. Without mother cow, we cannot. It is said in the Shastra, first 1 year mother, our own mother, biological mother will nourish us. But the remaining life of us is nourished by cow. Here, cow is not only cow, it indicates both cow and bull. Mother cow gives cow milk, from which various milk products will come, and mother cow also gives cow urine and cow dung. These are the three important ingredients that we get from cow, which are very much important for our survival in this world. Of course, in today's day and age, we may not use so much cow dung and cow urine, but cow milk we use milk in various forms. We use milk, we use yogurt, we use buttermilk, we use butter, we use ghee, and we use cheese. As we use paneer, like this, in various different forms. And bull, whatever food that we eat, it is given by bull, traditionally speaking. And today, okay, we may say that okay, today lot of machinery is there, so where is the contribution of bull like that? But traditionally, especially the time when Bhagavatam is being spoken 5,000 years back, the bull was the main important uh, personality upon whom the entire society was dependent on. So by cultivating, tilling the land and agriculture, all these things are all done by bull only. If bull is not there, our survival is hampered. If cow and bull are not there, our execution of bhakti is hampered. So in that way, they are very important. They need to be protected. Vipra, here Vipra is Brahmana. Brahmana means teacher. So teacher should be there. Without teacher, we cannot learn anything. Sura, Devatas, who are providing us the natural facilities like natural resources like rain, wind, sunlight, moonlight, and everything. So in that way. Sadhu Nam, sadhus are especially the devotees. So who are inspiring us to practice bhakti. We alone cannot practice bhakti. We need the association. We need the strength of association. Sadhus, and these sadhus also become our gurus. So Vipra is guru in general, and sadhu is guru in specific in relation to Bhagavatam, in relation to bhakti. And Chandasam, the Vedas. So Vedas, Vedic literatures are required, without which what we'll know. From all these things, we understand what is Bhagavad Dharma and how to practice Bhagavad Dharma. And we also understand how to go back home, back to why to go back home, back to God, and how to go back home, back to God, and we execute. So these are all need to be there for us to practice bhakti. So in that way, their protection is very much essential. The Lord takes it on his own personal responsibility, and he does time and again. This verse describes the general purpose of Lord's various avatars. उच्चावशेषु भूतेषु
चाश्वेषु भूतेषु
चरन् वायुरिवेश्वरः
चरन् वायु इवेश्वरः
नो चावचत्वं भजते
नो चाववचतं भजते
निर्गुणत्वाद्दियो गुणैः।
निर्गुणात् तत्पत्तियो गुणैः. Like the air passing through different types of atmosphere, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although appearing sometimes as a human being and sometimes as a lower animal, is always transcendental because he is above the material modes of nature. He is unaffected by higher and lower forms.
Mhm. In this verse, he is explaining the meaning of Maya Masya Vidambanam. What do you mean by Maya Masya? How do you understand? He is acting as if like a material fish. That is kind of explained philosophically. Though moving as Paramatma within species, which are higher and lower by their intelligence and qualities, the Lord does not share those qualities of superior or inferior, since he is beyond the gunas. So Paramatma is there in the heart of each and every living entity. Some people may be foolish, some people may be intellectual, some of them may be human beings, some of them may be animals, plants. We may say some of them are lower, some of them are higher. Whether someone is lower or someone is higher, Paramatma has nothing to do with the lowerness and higherness of a person. Paramatma is there in everyone, but Paramatma is indifferent to everyone. He has no favoritism towards anybody. Just like air, though moving everywhere, is untouched by all objects. Air goes through fragrant gardens, air also go through filthy places, but air is not contaminated by them. Apparently, we may say that now the fragrance is very good, now the smell is very bad. It's the fragrant particles taking the shelter of the wind going along with it. It is not the air is fragrant or air is polluted. The pollution, the particles of pollution are carried by the wind. Wind remains wind only. Because the particles are there, we smell bad or good. So like that we have to understand. Because fragrance is not the quality of air, it is the quality of earth. The earth particles are carried by the wind, and those earth particles will have fragrance. If the earth particles are coming from the good place, we have good fragrance. If the earth particles are coming from the bad place, we have bad fragrance. But air is not, though air is carrying the fragrance, but air is not contaminated or beautified by the fragrance. So in that way, this verse rejects the idea that the Lord has a condemnable form by making a comparison. So the fish may be condemned, but when Lord appears as a fish, he should not be condemned. He has nothing to do with that characteristics and qualities of a material fish. So in that way, last Sunday we were having the class in Delhi in one temple, Sunday Bhagavatam class. We were discussing about even yeah, we discussed previously in our Sunday Bhakti Vaibhav class, but Bara Rushabdev, after accepting the Ajagara Vritti, he was lying down on the city outskirts. There only was eating, there only was sleeping, there only was passing stool and urine. And there only was moving here and there. His whole body is wet by past stool and urine. Somebody may say, normally in our material existence, if somebody's body is filled with stool and urine, he'll smell very badly. But Lord Rishabdev was smelling so fragrant, the fragrance is going to a distance of 10 yojanas. Even if there is stool and urine coming out of the transcendental body of the Supreme Lord, that stool and urine is fragrant and it goes to a distance of 10 yojanas. 10 yojanas means 130 kilometers. So that is the nature of the Supreme Lord. Then how can he be contaminated? How can he be considered as Tamoguni? So in that way. Though the Lord moves among the species which are higher and lower by their intelligence and qualities, at the Antaryami, he does not partake of their higher or lower nature since he is beyond the gunas. We cannot say that a intelligent person has intelligent Paramatma, a foolish person has foolish Paramatma, not like that. Paramatma is indifferent of a person's characteristics. What is the question of forms like Matsya being superior or inferior, since they are Shuddha Sattva? This is Sri Swami's remark. When Lord appears as Matsya or Lord appears as Kurma, Varaha, or any form, he remains Shuddha Sattva. He has nothing to do with the material species of that nature. So that is the understanding. So now, text number 7 to 9 talks about the first avatar of Lord Matsya. Just like Lord Varaha also appeared during Swayambhu Manvantara and also Chaksha Manvantara, similarly Lord Matsya also appeared during Swayambhu Manvantara and second time during Chakshusha Manvantara. In both the places, first Lord Matsya appears, then followed by Lord Varaha, then followed by Lord Kurma. And these three avatars appeared both in Swayambhu Manvantara and also Chaksha Manvantara almost together at the same time. Not very long gap is there. So in that way. Asid, sorry. Any questions till now?
No, Prabhuji, thank
No,
you.
Prabhuji.
आसीदतीतकल्पान्ते
आसीदतीतकल्पान्ते
ब्राह्मो नैमितिको लयः
ब्राह्मो नैमित्तिको लया
समुद्रोपप्लुतास्तत्र
समुद्रोपकृतास्तत्र
लोका भूरादयो नृपः.
लोका भूरादयो नृपा. O King Parikshit, at the end of the past millennium, at the end of Brahma's day, because Lord Brahma sleeps during the night, annihilation took place, and the three worlds were covered by the water of the ocean.
Now he is going to the end of the previous day. So at the end of the previous day of Brahma, when Brahma slept, the daily annihilation took place, the Naimittika Pralaya took place, and the three worlds were covered by the water of the ocean. Here, three worlds means 14 planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. Upper planetary systems include Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Middle planetary systems includes Bhuloka, and lower planetary systems include Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. All these 14 lokas will enter into Garbhodaka ocean and then enter into the abdomen of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. They remain there during the entire night of Brahma, which is about 1000 Chaturyugas. And then the next day morning, there will be new creation. The lotus coming out of the Lord's navel, Brahma appearing on top of that, Brahma dividing the lotus into 14 divisions. All these things will take place every day. Brahmaha means the period when Brahma sleeps. This is a period of daily destruction, not the final destruction. So at the end of the previous day, at the end of the yesterday, there was a pralaya during which Brahma and all the 14 lokas entered, 14 lokas and all the living entities entered into the abdomen of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who is inside the Garbhodaka ocean. Then what happened? There was whole night during which Brahma was sleeping. The night ended. In the next day, early in the morning, something wonderful happened. Next day means today. Today, as per Brahma's calculations, today early in the morning, something wonderful happened. Kalenagata nidrasya
कालेन गत निद्रस्य
धातुः शिशयोर्बली
धातुः शिशैशोर्बली
मुखतो निश्रुतान् वेदान्
मुखतो निसृतान् वेदान्
हयग्रीवोऽन्तिके हरात्.
हयग्रीवोऽन्तिके हरत्. At the end of Brahma's day, when Brahma felt sleepy and desired to lie down, the Vedas were emanating from his mouth, and the great demon named Hayagriva stole the Vedic knowledge.
So Brahma had long sleep. The sleep was about 1000 Chaturyugas. Sahasrayuga Paryantam. Ahad Brahmanu Ahar Vidu. So just like 1000 Chaturyugas is called as day of Brahma, similarly the same time is also called as Brahma's night. So at the end of the night of Brahma, that means next day early in the morning, when Brahmaji was supposed to get up, he is getting up. Since he slept for a long time, still the dizziness is there. He was still dozing off. So as soon as he woke, he was getting up, but still not completely woken up. He was still in a half sleep situation. That time, the Vedas came out of Brahma's mouth. The Vedas are supposed to be in the heart of Brahma, but all the four Vedas came out of Brahma's mouth. Suddenly, there was a person called as Ayagriva demon. He stole the Vedas. So, then, right now, Brahma only was born. So, where is this Ayagriva? In some kalpas, the Lord appears as Madhukai. No. In some kalpas, at the beginning of the day of Brahma, the lotus manifests from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Then the Paramatma enters into that lotus as the Garbhodaksha Vishnu enters into that lotus as Kirudaksha Vishnu, who will eventually act as the Paramatma for each and every living entity. As soon as Kirudaksha Vishnu enters into that lotus, on top of the lotus flower, Brahma appears, or Brahma wakes up, we can say. He was resting in the abdomen of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, but passing through the lotus, on top of the lotus, he came out. Similarly, from the lotus leaf, there are a couple of water droplets. From those droplets appeared at some time Madhu and Kaitaba. And this time Hayagriva. There is a demon named Hayagriva. Hayagrivo Antike Harat. Hayagrivo, a demon named Hayagriva. He appeared from the water droplets which fell from the lotus petals. The lotus flower is there in the bag of lot of petals, and just some say that lotus leaves only. Leaf means just below the lotus flower there are some small leaves are there. Na? From that leaves, the bottommost petals of the lotus flower, two droplets were there. From one droplet appeared Hayagriva. And Shastra says elsewhere, from the other droplet appeared Jambavan. Jambavan also appeared from one of the droplet at the beginning of the day of Brahma. Jambavan is also one of the 8 Chiranjivas. He lives throughout the day of Brahma. So it is like that. So sometimes instead of Hayagriva demon, Madhu and Kaitaba will appear, and sometimes Hayagriva demon appear, but here it is mentioned Hayagriva demon. So since Brahma was still dozing off, the 4 Vedas came out of his 4 mouths, and Hayagriva demon understood. So the Vedas will be of some help. So he immediately stole and went inside the water and hid himself within the Garbhodaka ocean. So in that way, because Vedas are the manual for running the universe. If the Vedas are not there, Brahma cannot run the universe. So he like that. The Vedas came out of Brahma's mouth when Brahma was asleep and were moving about outside. The demon who was situated nearby stole them by his power of yoga. So in that way. So just like Brahma appeared on top of the lotus flower, underneath the lotus flower, this demon Hayagriva appeared. On the other side, Jambavan also appeared, but there is no discussion about him at this point of time. So this demon appeared and immediately he saw Upar. Then the Vedas are hovering around Brahma. Brahma was in half sleep situation. Seeing that opportunity, he stole.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Ah.
Prabhuji, like at the end of the Brahma's day, it is not the complete pralayana, means all the 14 planetary system are devastated that time.
Yes. Some are devastated physically, some voluntarily getting destroyed.
Voluntarily means?
From the fire coming out of the third eye of the 11 Rudras, the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal, they are burnt to ashes. Then there are huge rain because they were burning to ashes, all the water is evaporated, a lot of clouds were formed. Then there is huge rain. That rain will inundate Bhuloka, Bhurloka, and Sargaloka. The water, because already it is burnt, it has become rock. And when it is overpowered by the water, then the water was heavy. So all the dust particles entered into Garbhodak ocean. All the rock particles, all the ash, everything along with the water entered into Garbhodak ocean. On the other hand, so since the heat is unbearable, all the sages from Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka went to Brahmaloka. And Brahmaji says that we cannot tolerate this heat. This is the time of Naimitika Pralaya. Let us go to Garbhodak ocean. Because when there is huge fire, the water alone can save us. Nothing else can save us. So they all entered into Garbhodak ocean. As they were going, following them, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka on their own entered into Garbhodak ocean. Eventually entered into the body of Garbhodak Vishnu. So in that way, 10 of them were forced to enter the water, and 4 of them voluntarily entered. It's like that.
So, like at the end of means whenever there is pralaya, means even when it is Brahmaji's night time, that time also Brahmaji enters into the Garbhodakshay Vishnu.
That time only enters into the body of Garbhodak Vishnu, not that time also. Only during the night time of Brahma enters into the body of Garbhodak Vishnu.
So when it is a complete pralaya, means at the end of the Brahmaji's day, that time Brahma doesn't enter into the Garbhodakshay Vishnu's body.
No. Complete pralaya will take place after Brahma's 100 years.
That's what. At the end of Brahma's life.
That time Brahma no need to enter into Garbhodak Vishnu. That time the universal covering are also destroyed. Then Brahma will go back to God at that time.
Okay. So means at the end of Brahma's lifetime, means he is destined to go back to Godhead like that.
Yes. He has come here for a service. Service will end after 100 years. Then he'll go back.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, at the end of Brahma's life, he enters into the body of Mahavishnu, it is said, and then that means that is liberation, or he goes
No.
further
He
on.
enters into Mahavishnu means from there he will go to spiritual world.
Okay.
So in that way. Basically, because it is he who is the leader of the entire universe. So he has to take everyone in the universe who are still Baddha Jivas, and also the universe will have some Baddha Jivas and some Mukta Jivas. He takes both of them along with him, enters into the body of Karnadaksha Vishnu. He leaves behind the Baddha Jivas there. And with all the Mukta Jivas, he goes ahead to Vaikuntha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, where will those, if Karnadaksha Vishnu takes everyone, I mean, those who are liberated souls to the spiritual world, what happens to the Baddha Jiva?
In the next creation, they will enter into the material universe. Again, they continue to perform their activities.
So, but during that period, because they were in that,
They will sleep, deep slumber.
but where? In material world.
Within the abdomen of Karnadaksha Vishnu.
But Karnadaksha Vishnu goes to spiritual world after.
No. Karnadaksha Vishnu will remain there. Brahma goes to
Always
spiritual world.
Okay.
Brahma and Mukta Jivas will go to spiritual world, not Karnadaksha
Okay.
Vishnu.
Okay. I have one more question, Prabhuji. During the creation, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is when he enters the Garbhodak ocean. Now these 14 planetary system, is it being created by Brahmaji or Vishnu, Lord Vishnu?
Brahmaji only. Brahmaji who appears on top of the lotus, dividing the lotus into
After
14
that,
divisions, he creates 14 lokas. Every day he does that.
and then the Jiva gets its soul from Lord Vishnu. Is that correct?
No.
I heard something like that in some lecture.
No. Souls are already there. Either at the end of the night of Brahma, they will be taking rest within the body of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and they are woken up by Brahma. Or at the end of Brahma's lifespan, they will take rest within the body of Karnadaksha Vishnu, and they are woken up by Karnadaksha Vishnu, and they enter into each and different people enter into different universes. There Brahma gives them the body, and with that body they perform their activities.
Okay. Understood. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have a few more questions actually. Mataji started, so I stopped. Prabhuji, here you mentioned that at the end, means at the beginning of the Brahmaji's day, when he was yet sleepy, and that time he was yawning or something, and the Vedas came out of his mouth, and he was told like that. But like in translation, it is mentioned that at the end of the Brahma's day, he was feeling sleepy and desired to lie down, and Vedas were emanating from his mouth. So, means it was stolen at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, Prabhu?
No, they were stolen at the beginning of the day only. See, at the end of the day, both meanings will come. One is at the end of the day means daytime, evening 6 p.m. Other meaning is day when you consider the full 24 hours day. At the end of the day means tomorrow early morning 6 a.m. Because at 6 p.m. anyway, it is like literally it is destruction. So what was the use of Vedas coming out, and where will the Vedas will be throughout the night? So
When Brahma sleeps, that time why the Veda has to come out of his body? Like when suppose somebody has particular
not required.
knowledge.
Not that's what I'm saying. No, not required. That's why I never said in the evening. In the next day morning, when Brahma got up or just appeared from the lotus flower, he was supposed to get up. He is supposed to become active, but yet to become active. He was still, because since he slept for a long time, he was still in little bit half sleepy state. So in that time, the Vedas which were resting within his heart, they came out of his four mouths and hovering around. In the meantime, other person who appeared from the lotus leaf, lotus petals, he became so active. He saw the Vedas and stole them. So like that.
Prabhuji, actually, no, means I have this question from long time. Always I have heard this that Vedas came out from Brahmaji's mouth like that. So whenever suppose somebody has knowledge, means this is my material understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong. Like whenever suppose somebody has particular kind of a knowledge, either material or spiritual, it is generally in his where it is, means this person possesses this knowledge. So where it is in his brain, it is in intellect, or it is in his mind or heart, where it is in.
So at least according to Bhagavatam, the smruti is the ability of the intelligence, and knowledge is the ability of chitta. So it is supposed to be within chitta. If it is
Within Chitta.
within chitta, if it is spiritual knowledge.
So, what is the difference between Prabhuji Smriti and knowledge? Because there is a Smriti of knowledge only, na? Means suppose a particular knowledge is there, one remembers that, so that is a Smriti of that knowledge, na?
Yeah, in one sense that is true, but see, even as we discussed yesterday, also when Mataji was asking about this, so knowledge is there, but knowledge has two different faculties. One knowledge is about the material world or material aspects. Other knowledge is about spiritual aspects. The knowledge about all spiritual aspects is with chitta. The knowledge about all material aspects is with intelligence. So especially we are talking about the Vedic literatures, then it is in relation to chitta, you can say. Of course, Vedic literatures may also contain material knowledge, but the main subject matter of Vedas is spiritual knowledge.
Okay, so the spiritual knowledge is stored in the Chitta, na? Right?
Yes.
Na. So, my another doubt is, Prabhuji, that how can the knowledge which is stored in Chitta just by a physical act of yawning or something just come out and just get somebody can steal it like?
Now, see, we are not talking about people like us. We are talking about Brahma. And we are also talking about another personality, Haigriva, who also appeared along with Brahma. So there the dealings will not be grossly like the way we steal grossly. So you have 1,000 rupees in your purse. When you are inattentive, I steal from your purse. So it is not like that. Even the Vedas, the knowledge is not a gross object. Knowledge is a highly subtle object. Even now also when we say something like intelligent, somebody is intelligent. So we cannot have any measure to measure the intelligence. We cannot say yes 10 kgs intelligence or 10 liters intelligence, 10 meters intelligence. No
We count in
material.
IQ, na, Prabhuji?
No, IQ also, one's ability to respond. Based on that only we will say. Intelligent quotient, that is also still material only. Whatever IQ we measure, that is all material only. It is not nothing to do with spiritual knowledge. So what I mean to say is, it is completely subtle. So we cannot attribute it to material.
That's what it means. My point is that something which is very much subtle. The chitta itself is a subtle part, right? And the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, and it is all the Vedic knowledge. It's whatever. What
See,
we are talking.
one thing recently only we discussed, if you remember, when Vamana expanded into Trivikrama, as he expanded, the feet was growing. It is going to the top of Satyaloka and then touching the universal shell. Brahma offered respects. Along with Brahma, who all offered respects?
The other demigods.
No. Along with Brahma, I am saying. Devatas do not stay with Brahma.
Okay, the residents of Satyaloka. And
Who are the residents? Who are the residents?
Sages.
No. Sages were there, absolutely. Yes, that is true. But other than that, there are some special people who are the close residents of Brahma.
Who were there, Prabhu?
Who are the close residents, close accompanied family members of Brahma.
Okay.
Who are they? The Vedas personified. We were discussing that.
Okay.
Vedopaveda yama nimanvitas. Tarketi asanga purana tipita. Something like that. For every Vedic literature, there will be a person. The Rigveda person, Yajurveda person. So for now, we may think that all these Veda Purushas, personified form of the Vedas, also woken up along with Brahma. And since Brahma did not employ them, they were waiting for Brahma's orders, and they are circumambulating Brahma, we can say. And all those personalities are stolen by our Hayagriva demon. Like that we can think.
Okay. Yeah, like
there was a nice drama was made in Telugu, like a movie only. A song was there about it. So it shows that there are four small kids, like four Kumaras, and the demon will steal all the four of them and go away. Something like that. So like four innocent boys, something like that.
The personified Vedas.
Personified was maybe there.
Like in the 11th canto also we have that prayers of personified Vedas.
10th canto.
10th canto.
10th canto, 87th chapter.
Yeah. So like that we can say that there was abduction of these four Vedic personalities.
Not only four, all Vedic personalities.
Four
not
Vedas,
just four. No, Vedas means Vedic literatures. It's not just Vedas.
Okay.
Every literature has a personified form. So in general we say four, but you can say, in reality there are many different types of literature and different personalities are there for all of them.
Okay, and Prabhuji, you mentioned about the Jambavan who also stays throughout the whole life of Brahma, means Chiranjeevi, what we were mentioning, no? So this Hayagriva demon, he also comes in that category, Prabhuji.
No, he was killed, na? Why we will come in the category? He will be killed by Lord Matsya.
Then means when everything was devastated, all those 14 planetary systems, nothing is there. So from this Hayagriva?
See, again, please forget that. It is early in the morning. What's happening here is early in the morning. End of the day means the day is over. It is 6 a.m. in the morning, not in the night.
Yes.
It is not happening in the night. It is happening early in the morning, 6 a.m.
Yeah, that I understood, Prabhuji, but no creation has happened yet. No, that's what I'm saying.
But it is not night, na? You said night, that's why I'm saying this.
No, that I understood. What you explained,
Brahma just appeared. He is still in half sleepy mode. When he becomes awakened completely, then he will do the needful, as it is explained in the third canto.
That yes, Prabhuji, I understood. You explained it very nicely. That end of the day means day and night, complete day. That way, it is end of the day, and it is early morning, like that you explained. So that is understood. But what my confusion is, when this 14 planetary system now, Brahmaji will wake up and he will create now the next creation.
That he will do after some time.
After some time, yeah, after some time.
Before that could start, only these pastimes are happening. What is being mentioned now?
So when there is no creation, from where this demon is created, that's what my confusion.
No, we discussed na. Just like Brahma appeared from the top of the lotus flower, at the bottom of the lotus flower, there are bottom petals were there na. From that petals, there are some water droplets. As the lotus is coming out of the Garbhodaka ocean, some droplets were sticking onto the lotus petals, bottom part of the lotus petals. From that, water droplets appeared. Either Hayagriva demon or Madhuketaba demons on one side, on the other side, our Jambavan also appeared from the water droplets.
Okay, so these are not the creation of Brahma. They are just
No. These are
means
not
like
creation of
how
Brahma.
Swayambhu Brahma appeared. Similarly, they also appear from these droplets. Like
In Vaibhav it says that from another droplet, Vayu also appeared. Vayu also is not the creation of Brahma. He also appears from the lotus flower. So we can say these four personalities appeared simultaneously. One is Brahma, second one is Vayu, third one is Jambavan, the fourth one is Haigriva. Or in other kalpas, Madhu and Kaitaba will appear, so 5 people.
Prabhuji, anyway, these 5 elements are not creations of Brahma, na Prabhuji?
No, all 24 elements are the creations of Lord Vishnu.
So Vayu also will be in that only, no? 5 elements, 5 great elements.
No. See, Vayu is not element here. Vayu Devata. The presiding deity of wind. It is Devata. Vayu Devata is appearing
Vayu
now.
Devata, yes. Okay. And Hayagriv is also one of the Lord's incarnation.
That is a different.
And it is
Here is a
also
demon.
one of the demon. Both have same name. Like
Same name. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that at the end, when the fire, the heat becomes unbearable, Brahma, along with or those who are living on Satyalok, they enter into the Garbhodak ocean.
Yes, Mataji.
So you mentioned that some of them enter voluntarily and some of them are forced to enter.
Not the people, the lokas. Out of the 14 lokas, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, and also inside Bhuloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatal, Patala. First of all, they are burnt by the fire emanating from the 11 Rudras. So when they are burnt, see for example now, in our home also we can see, you have lakdi, when you put on fire, entire lakdi becomes ash.
Yeah.
So like that, the entire Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka were burnt to ashes. In the meantime, whatever water was there on the oceans are there in Bhuloka, in the Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, they are evaporated. Huge clouds were formed. Whatever water was there now, it all evaporated. For example, you take 1 kg of wood. When we burn, how much ash will get?
1 kg?
1 kg of wood will give only some 50 grams of ash. Ash won't be 1 kg because the wood will have so much water inside the wood. There is a lot of water inside.
Yes.
When it is burnt to ashes, it becomes like 100 grams. The ash is lightweight. So, but it contained a lot of water inside. All the water went up and formed clouds. When that water fall down, what happens? Now, for example, only 100 ml ash came, and that means 900 ml water was there. When that 900 ml water falls down, will it inundate the 100 ml ash? Easily. So that ash and because water's weight is more than the ash, the both will fall down to Garbhodaka ocean. Because there was no support below. Previously, the earth is acting as a support. On the surface of the earth, water was there. Because the earth volume was more, the water was above the earth and water was inside the earth also. When all the water is evaporated, the earth becomes ash. The ash content, the ash volume will become negligibly small. But water is more. When the water drops down, the water takes the ash along with it all the way up to Garbhodak ocean. Like this,
Okay.
these 10 lokas are forced to enter into Garbhodak ocean. But on
Hmm.
the upper part, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, as Brahma going down along with all the sages, the 4 lokas also come along with them. Because these 4 lokas are not like grass, they are subtle. The lokas themselves are like a person. So they are also following after their manager, their leader.
What
So
do you mean subtle planetary system means what? What is the meaning of that?
see, grass means mostly of earthly, watery content. And the
Hmm.
subtle planets means they are beyond earthly content.
So it's not a land as such.
Not exactly land. The earth element may be there, but it is very negligible.
So what is it supported by?
Not required. Na? Why do you need support? Like Devatas, the Devatas supports are all floating in the ether. They don't have any support. By their own transcendental energy, the lokas are supported. The
But
material
what
laws
about
may
the
not apply there.
stars?
Huh?
You said that they were given stars, each of them, those who go to the Swargalok.
That is within Sargaloka. We are talking about Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Na? They are much, much more elevated than the stars in the sky, in
Okay.
the heaven.
So there are no elements over there like earth, water, fire or
No,
something.
they will be there, but their nature will be subtle. The elements will be there, but they are in subtle state.
So there is no ground over there as such.
Ah, no, ground may be there, but it won't be a grass ground. It will be subtle ground. For a subtle person, subtle ground is required. For a grass person, grass ground is required. Like that, we can say.
Okay. So all these people live in their subtle bodies there.
Ah, yes. Like as we see in the movies, Narada Muni walks in the space only. He starts walking from the top to the earth. Even when he comes to the earth, any of the devatas, when they come to earth, they will never ever touch the earth. They are standing on the surface of the earth, but there is always some gap between their feet and the earth. They will never touch the earth. Then where they are standing? They are standing on a windy surface, which is subtle.
Okay.
So like that.
I never envisaged this.
Yeah, that's why that is the meaning of subtlety. It is
Hmm.
beyond our general understanding.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll go ahead. So basically, at the end of the Brahma's day, here Brahma's day means not daytime, Brahma's complete day. That means early in the morning, next day. That as per Brahma's days and nights, today is early in the morning. As Brahma, when sleepy Brahma was dozing, when Brahma was about to get up, but still is dozing off. The strong demon named Ayagriva stole the Vedas, which emanated from his mouth. So they just came out. Maybe the Vedas personified forms they came out to serve Brahma. They were inside the heart of Brahma, they came out to serve Brahma. Before they could offer their service to Brahma, this person came and stole them. So like that we can take the Vedas personified. Then, because Brahma is still dozing off, because without the assistance of the Vedas, Brahma cannot do anything on his own. So Brahma need Vedas. Then who will protect? The Lord only has to protect. So Lord appears as Matsya. ज्ञात्वा तद्धानवेन्द्रस्य
तत्तदानवेन्द्रस्य
हयग्रीवस्य चेष्टितम्
हयग्रीवस्य चेतस्तिक्
दधारा सपरीरूपम्
दधारा स्पर्शी रूपम्
भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः.
भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः. Understanding the acts of the great demon Hayagriva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who is full of all opulences, assumed the form of a fish and saved the Vedas by killing the demon.
So understanding what all happened, how the Hayagriva stole the Vedas, Supreme Lord appeared as a fish, Matsya. In the form of a fish, the Lord killed Hayagriva. It is understood from later verses that the theft took place at the beginning of the Swayambhu Manvantara, early in the morning. The Lord took this form to benefit the devotees like Brahma, since only the form of Lord Matsya could save the Vedas. This is the first appearance of Lord Matsya. The reason is Hayagriva stole the Vedas, entered into Garbhodaka ocean deep inside, and hiding himself. So, which form of the Lord can enter into the water and search for a person inside the water and do the needful? That is fish. So, previously, when Bhumandala entered into the Garbhodaka ocean, the Lord took the form of the Varaha. The reason
Varaha.
is Varaha understands the objects through smell. And since the Bhumandala is very huge body, a fish cannot lift it properly. Lord Varaha can lift because Lord Varaha will have two horns. So with the help of the horns, he can easily lift. That's why Lord took the shape of Varaha. Here he is taking the shape of fish because the demons are inside the water. So it is easy to find the people inside the water and go faster inside the water, swim faster. So that's why Lord took the form of a fish. Because according to the need of the hour, Lord appears in that particular form. The Lord appears as a fish and he fights with the Hygriva demon. He kills the Hygriva demon. Now, the problem is in the meantime, Brahma became active and Brahma lost Vedas. In order to appease the Supreme Lord, Brahma performs a yajna. So in the Bhagavatam 3rd canto 8th chapter, we heard that Brahma heard Ta and Pa, he performed tapasya. But here in this point of time, somehow he understood that he need to perform yajna. He began to perform yajna. So seeking for the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord. Then Lord Matsya, after killing the demon, assumed the form of Hayagriva. Because he killed Hayagriva demon, he took the shape of Hayagriva and passing through what do you call that? Stem of the lotus flower. He directly went to the top of the universe, passing through the stem, and came out of the yajna of Brahma. And then delivered the Vedas, all the Vedic literatures to Brahma. That's how first Lord appeared as Matsya, then immediately appeared as Hayagriva to deliver the Vedas to Lord Brahma after killing Hayagriva demon. That's how these two pastimes are one after the other. So it is mentioned. The second canto, 7th chapter talks about this Hayagriva avatara. There some details are mentioned. Bhagavatam does not get into each and every minute detail. For details, we need to refer to Vishnu Purana or other Puranas where we may get exact details. How exactly happened, what exactly happened, how Agriva appeared, how he stole the Vedas and all these things, how was the fight and where the fight took place, how long the fight took place, everything we can get it from other Puranas. Bhagavatam does not get into all these details. So that
Hare
was the...
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, was there any specific reason that after killing the demon Hayagriva, the Lord took the form of that demon itself? Like,
No, not the form of the demon, but his name is actually he assumed the shape of a horse. So just like within the water, if you want to do something, goes quickly and catch people quickly, you need to be fish. And why horse? Maybe Brahma was desperately praying, so that entity which runs faster is horse. So the horse was riding from Garbhodaka ocean all the way up to Satyaloka, passing through that entire stem. So in that way, Lord might have taken Haigriva. And Haigriva is also, later on, we'll learn in the 9th canto, Haigriva, which is like horse, it is also a symbol of intelligence. Like the head of elephant is the symbol of memory, same way the head of horse is the symbol of intelligence.
Yeah, especially in South India, they worship Hayagriva for getting good education and things like that.
So intelligence is synonym to Vedic knowledge. So in order to deliver Vedas, Lord assumed the shape of Haigriva. So,
Prabhuji, but this Hayagriva incarnation of the Lord, it had a body of a human like Narsingadev and only the head of a horse.
no. That they will paint like that. No. Initially, the Matsya was completely Matsya only. There was
Yeah.
no human head. Same way, Hayagriva was also completely Hayagriva. There was no human head. Same way, the next avatara will be Varaha. Varaha was also completely Varaha animal, no human head. And afterwards, there is Kurma. Kurma was also completely animal only. There is no human head. The first combination from animal to human is Narsingadev, the next avatara.
Okay, because I read and I saw some picture where the body is of human and main and the
No, in our Bhagavatam only that picture is there. Second canto, that picture is there. The entire
yeah,
personality is human, the head is horse. No.
yeah.
But technically, it is not like that. Technically, it is supposed to be completely ours. The first transition is Narsingadev.
Okay. Okay,
It's
thank
okay because we want to convey like that. That's why it is said. Even Vedanarayana, there is a temple in their temple in nearby Tirupati. That is the only deity traditionally worshipped by all the devotees in Matsya Avtara. There are no Matsya Avtara deities in the entire India. This is the only place. There may be there, but they are not traditionally worshipped. They may be recent installations. So there, until navel, until abdomen, the Lord's body is shown as fish,
you. Yeah,
and from there, upper part is all shown as human form,
yeah.
because that is the way the devotees admire the Lord in that way. But for this pastime, he was completely fish only.
Okay. Okay,
Hmm.
thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, there was this demon Hayagri. He had this horse face, and not
That
the.
we don't know whether Hayagriva had a horse face or not. We don't know.
I had heard that this Hayagri, he
Hmm.
had a benediction that he could be killed only by someone like him, who was
Okay.
like him.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Na, in the Bhagavatam, we don't have many details. The
Yeah.
details are there in other Puranas. So for more details, we can
So that is why
maybe.
Lord Hygrieve took the form of that demon
Hmm.
and then killed him.
Hayagriva killed him.
No, this demon Hygrieve.
Were killed by Lord Hayagriva. That's what you are
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But I don't know. Whatever I read, Lord Matsya only killed them. Lord Matsya only killed Hayagriva, or Lord Matsya only killed Madhu and Kaitaba. That is what I read. Lord
Mhm.
Hayagriva killing demon Hayagriva, I have not read.
No, the Lord took the form of he took a similar form because
Yeah.
the demon Hygrieve had a benediction that
Hmm.
only somebody who was like him could kill him, and there was nobody like him.
Maybe. Otherwise, we can also say like this. So Hayagriva might have taken the form of a fish and entered the water. So Lord
Mhm.
assumed the form of a fish and killed him and found out him and killed him. So because normally through our material logic, we cannot say that horse can stay inside the water for a long time.
Mhm.
So that is also possible. Like he assumed the form of a fish and Lord came in the form of fish and killed. Same form. So in that way we can say.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. I do not know exact details, what exactly happened, how exactly happened. We can only just imagine this could have happened like this. Karke. But in any case,
Mhm.
as far as my understanding, Lord Matsya only killed him.
Okay. So Matsya killed him in Matsya form.
Ah,
Okay.
the Lord killed him in Matsya form. So here, understanding the acts of the great demon Hygriva, the Supreme
Mhm.
Lord assumed the form of a fish. And even second canto, 7th chapter talks about Lord Hygriva delivered the Vedas to Brahma. I'm
Mhm.
not sure whether it is described that he killed Hygriva demon. We may have to cross check with the second canto and first canto avatars list. Whether it is Matsya killed Madhukaitaba or Lord Hygriva killed Madhukaitaba. There we have to cross check.
Okay. Thank you.
Because as far as I remember in our book, that Bhagavata Vichar, I wrote like this only. Because that is what I read. Lord Matsya only killed. In one kalpa he killed Hygriva, in other kalpa he killed Madhukaitaba. Then assuming the form of Hygriva, he went to Brahma Loka from Garbhodakshaya ocean to Brahma Loka. There he delivered all the Vedas to Brahma. So this is
Mhm.
what I wrote in that book as I read.
Mhm. That's good. Thank you.
Correction. Okay, other devotees, all of you are okay? Any questions from your side?
Okay,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Guruji.
Yes, Mataji.
Actually, I was thinking all this discussion was happening. One small revision of Vedic cosmology has to happen here. This people appearing, like you name 5 people appeared along with Brahma, like Griva and Vayu and Jaman and all.
Mm.
And this is obviously during the period of Swayambhuva Manu, because it's just the beginning of Brahma's this thing. What happens to the remaining personalities? Where are they going? And there's a lot of, I mean, there can be many questions to what you just
No,
spoke.
simple. See, Brahma will be there. Brahma only, currently Brahma is there. And
Yeah.
Vayu is also there. Jambavan is also there. The only one person killed was Hygriva, because he was a demon, he killed. Or if in another days, Madhu and Kadaba will come, they are killed by the Lord. But the other three will be there. Just like Brahma is there, Vayu will be there, and Jambavan also is there. Jambavan
So
we saw every pastime. Like during the pastime of Bali, Vamana also Jambavan came. During the pastime of Rama, Jambavan will be there. During the pastime of Lord Krishna, also Jambavan is there. Jambavan's daughter, Jambavati, was married to Lord Krishna. In the
Yeah.
future also, when Lord appears in other pastimes, Jambavan will take part in those pastimes. Did anybody, I mean, did any personality represent Jambavan in our Chetan Leela? Anybody remembers? Like we see, Murari Gupta represents Hanuman. So like
Yeah.
that, Srivasa Thakur is like Narada Muni. So
Narayana.
there may be some person who is Jambavan.
Oh, God, Ganadesha, that in that book that could be there, no? Jaman.
It could be there, but if some well-known person is there around, so who could be the personality Jambavan? Because Jambavan, actually, it is said that in one pastime, yes, when Lord Varaha was fighting with Hiranyaksha, there was only one spectators. Of course, there are other devatas also, but in the close proximity, there was only one personality, that is Jambavan. He was not afraid of Hiranyaksha. He was there. He is the only person who was cheering up the Lord. Yes, uh, right side se maro, left side se maro, like that. He was actually cheering up the Lord. So at the end of the pastime, Lord was very happy. So Lord said, "Please, I am very much happy that you are cheering me up. My fight was very pleasurable because of your cheering up. Ask for a benediction." Then he said, "Give me one benediction that whenever you appear, you should include me in your pastimes." So whenever Lord appears thereafter, Jambavan will be there as part of the Leela. So in every Leela, Jambavan should be there. That was the blessing given by Lord Aha unto Jambavan.
Then we need to find out in
Hmm.
Chaitanya Leela, where is Jaman then?
Yeah.
That means
Actually, it is mentioned in God Ganot Deepika. It is Parmanand Puri, who was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri.
No,
No.
Madhaji, Parmanand Puri is to Uddhav, na?
No.
No. Madhavendra Puri's disciple, I'm saying.
There may be another Paramananda Puri who is the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So, who was like Gurubai of
Ishwara.
Advaitacharya and Ishwarapuri.
Yeah.
So, yes, maybe they could be.
Okay.
So, like that, that was the blessing given by the Lord to him. So, he will be there in every pastime of the Lord, and he will be there for the entire day of Brahma. He is a Chiranjiva. So, in that way.
Yeah, because when you talk about the yugas, in the 14 this what do you call it, manvantaras, then there are so many yugas. In those four yugas, there's one Treta Yuga where Jaman appears, like comes, his pastimes comes. When we talk about the entire span of time, that means Jaman is as good as Brahma only. Then that means you said that's the same thing. It's very
Yeah,
long life.
in one,
Very
I mean,
long.
at least as of now, Brahma has 100 years of lifespan, but at least one day we are talking about one day. So Jambavan's lifespan is at least one day, one full day of Brahma.
Yeah, one full day of Brahma. That's also
Very very long, very long. So these are
very
not
long.
ordinary people. These are not ordinary people. They are like very special and important people.
Mhm. Okay, Guruji.
Similarly, Vayu is not the one personality who does not change after every Manvantara. He will be there for the entire day of Brahma. He the same Vayu.
Okay.
He will
And
not
the
change after every Manvantara.
and what about the other demigods? They do,
They all change. They all change after every Manvantara.
but Vayu specifically doesn't change.
No, it doesn't change. That's why Vayu is considered to be one of the important personality. He is the second after Brahma.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
So just like Brahma, even though we may say is the deity of intelligence, which is in the mode of passion,
Mhm.
and also intelligence is a counterpart of mode of goodness also. So it is
Huh.
like combination of goodness and passion, we can say. The Brahma is appearing along with intelligence, which is counterpart of both goodness and passion.
Hmm.
Same way, the prana, the Vayu means Vayu has got many winds. In that, the main important wind is prana.
Hmm.
Our modern technical point of view can say oxygen.
Hmm.
The deity who is representing that oxygen is Vayu. That's why we call him as Mukhya Prana. There are 49 other Marus who are the 49 different devatas for different kinds of winds.
Huh.
So some of them could be like nitrogen, helium, methane, ethane, like that we can say from today's
Hmm.
point of view.
Yeah.
But the one who is the deity for oxygen is Vayu.
Vayu.
So since oxygen is what is surviving us, that's why it is a core principle of mode of passion. So Vayu is the core principle of mode of passion. And then Ahankara, which is the
Hmm.
core principle of mode of ignorance, that
Hmm.
is represented by Lord Shiva.
Hmm.
So in some of the what we can say Madhva literatures,
Hmm.
they will say Brahma is the best person.
Hmm.
Second best person is Vayu. And the third best person is Shiva.
Okay.
The reason is from their seva point of view in this material world,
Hmm.
from their responsibilities. Brahma's
Hmm.
responsibility is much bigger than that of Vayu, and
Hmm.
Vayu's responsibility is much bigger than that of Shiva, and Shiva's
Hmm.
responsibility is third one. Because in one sense, Shiva's main responsibility is to destroy.
Hmm.
The destruction will come at the end of the universe, end of the day of Brahma. Until then, he's supposed to be doing meditation only.
Hmm.
He has no day-to-day activity so much to do.
Hmm.
But Brahma has so much, and at least Brahma has so much at the beginning of the day. Later on, he kind of relaxed. But
Hmm.
Vayu cannot relax.
Hmm.
He is supposed to provide oxygen for everyone, every now and then. He is actually the mode of passion. He is actually the Kriya Shakti. He represents the Kriya Shakti.
Hmm.
The entire universe is functioning because there is Vayu. So he is actually in continuous action. So in that way, we can say. And Brahma is
Okay,
in continuous action to guiding, inspiring people, and supervising what's happening around. And Shiva is in meditation, अपना दुनिया में.
Hmm.
So that's what the Madhva scholars say. So they say that Hari Sarvottama, Vayu Jivottama.
So for them, Hari Sarvottama is who? Which Hari means? Obviously, it's the Lord, right?
Hari is Lord only. Hari is Sarvottama, Lord is Sarvottama, and
Uh-huh.
Vayu Jivottama. Among all the Jivas, Vayu is the best. And Brahma is neither Hari nor Jiva. He is Gunavatarana. So Brahma
Huh.
cannot be
Hmm.
considered as the Jiva. Like that
Hmm.
they say. So he
Hmm.
is. So he is not in any of the category. Like that we say Shambhu is not any category. Not Vishnu Tattva nor Jiva Tattva.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
Brahma is neither Vishnu Tattva nor Jiva Tattva. That's Madhva's understanding. And Jivas end with Vayu. That's why Vayu is considered to be the best of the Jivas.
Hare
Hmm.
Krishna Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
if Brahma is not Jiva Tattva also and Vishnu Tattva also, then what is he
No.
categorized?
According to
Brahman.
Madhvas, they'll say like that. If Brahma, we can say, is already Jivan Mukta. When one is already Jivan Mukta, he is no more conditioned Jiva.
Hmm.
So like that. Since he is Gunavatara, so he cannot be treated as a Baddha Jiva.
Okay.
A Baddha Jiva
Actually,
cannot be
Prabhuji,
Gunavatara, na?
I had this question always that Madhvas na
Hmm.
they don't read when they study Bhagavatam. I had heard this from I think Kalyani Mataji. They do not even mention about Brahma Vimohan Leela.
No, in their
But
Bhagavatam, there is no Brahma Vimohan. It is removed completely.
yeah,
How can a eternally liberated Brahma can become bewildered? That is a simple logic. Yes, even in Bhagavatam understanding also Brahma is not bewildered. In our book we have explained it. It is Brahma did not do on his own intentionally because of the mistaken identity. It is the
Hmm.
Supreme Lord who did through Brahma by haunting Brahma. So apparently there is no mistake of Brahma. It is all done by the Lord Krishna himself, so that Lord Krishna can be married to all the gopis, and the pastimes of the gopis can begin through this Brahma Vimohan Leela, for which Lord appeared.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, like in second canto, third canto, we studied about the primary creation, secondary creation. Na? Means
Mm.
like primary was by the Lord and secondary was by the Brahma.
Brahma.
So, like when we are talking about this Vayu, Jambavan, Hayagriva, they are created along with the Brahma, but independently. Means they are like Swayambhu only. They
Mm.
came their own. So they are not the part of primary or secondary creation, Prabhuji.
See, definitely they are not part of secondary creation because they are not Brahma's creation. So we
Yeah.
should consider them as primary creation, Lord Vishnu's creation.
Okay, so they will come in
Since
primary.
since they appeared from the lotus, which is coming from Garbhodaksha Vishnu, they are as good as created by Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, like that we can see. Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll go ahead. So basically, of course, there are few things which may not fit into our material logic. So we may need to accept it. If you don't understand also, we say okay, no problem. They have happened. How they happened, I don't understand, but they happened. So like that, we may have to leave it there only. Every Leela may not be able to fit within the logic with which we are familiar, the material logic. So there are some of them are beyond our material logic. That's why they are called achintya. So in that way, even Lord appeared as Hayagriva. Then what happened? No details are mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Then it continues to different story. Tatra Rajarshi Kachin
Tatra Raja Rishi Kaschin
Namna Satyavrato Mahan
Namna Satyavrata Mahan
Narayana Parotapat
Narayana Paro Tapad
Tapassa Shalilashanaha.
Tapasa Salilashana. During the Chakshusha Manvantara, there was a great king named Satyavrata, who was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Satyavrata performed austerities by subsisting only on water.
Hmm. So now the second story will be narrated. Somebody who reads without this what is in the bracket, so they will continue. Understanding the act of the great demon Hayagriva, the Supreme Lord assumed the form of a fish. Then there was a king. The Lord appeared as a form of a fish in order to protect the Vedas. But how does he protect now? So he is appearing as a fish and becomes fish, a big great fish. Then there is a pralaya, Satyavrata, all these things. Seems that after that pralaya, he will kill the demon and protect the Vedas. Something like that one may understand. It is acharyas who will tell that. So till the previous verse, it is one pastime. From this verse onwards, it is a different pastime. One happened in the Swayambhu Manvantara, one happened in Tiksha Manvantara. So this is where acharyas will help us understand what exactly happening, when and where, etc. So that way. So here there was a king named Satyavrata, a devotee of Lord Narayana, dedicated to Lord Matsya. As of now, he is not dedicated to Lord Matsya. Eventually, because Lord Matsya protects him, he becomes a devotee of Lord Matsya. Otherwise, he is a devotee of Lord Narayana in general. Before this pastime happened. and he performed austerities by subsisting only on water. So maybe he might be following a vrata, taking only water, something like Chaturmasya vrata, this vrata, that vrata. So since taking only water means he's supposed to be in touch with water. So Lord came from the water. So like that. That's how we can see the connection. Lord Matsya appeared again in order to give mercy to his devotee Satyavrata. Tatra means filled with devotion for his deity Matsya. And most importantly, this king only, who is protected by Lord Matsya now, he will leave his body, he will appear as the son of sun god, and his name will be Shraddha Deva. That Shraddha Deva will become the Manu for the seventh Manvantara period. So in that way, is a important person. So his story, because the seventh canto will talk about Vaivashta Manvantara. So who is that Vaivashta Manu? Shraddha Deva. Who is that Shraddha Deva? He is King Satyavrata in the previous life. Since he received the special mercy of Lord Matsya, he attained that qualification to become Manu in the seventh Manvantara. That's how we can see the connection. योऽसावस्मिन् महाकल्पे
योऽसावस्मिन् महाकल्पे
तनया सा विवश्वतः
तनया स विवस्वतः
श्राद्धदेवा इति ख्यातो
श्राद्धदेव इति ख्यातो
मनुत्वे हरिणार्पितः.
मनुत्वे हरिणार्पितः. In this, that is the present millennium, King Satyavrata later became the son of Vivaswan, the king of the sun planet, and was known as Shraddhadev. By the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was given the post of Manu.
In this particular day of Brahma, that means today, Shvetavaraha Kalpa, King Satyavrata later became the son of Vivaswan, the king of the sun planet, and was known as Shraddadeva. By the mercy of the Supreme Lord, he was given the post of Manu. So the Leela is happening currently in the Chakshusha Manvantara. In the seventh Manvantara, will appear the son of sun god, and Lord will appoint him as the Manu. So that is the connection to Satyavrata. Though this is not a Mahakalpa, life of Brahma, but a day of Brahma, it is called a Mahakalpa out of respect for Satyavrata. Because the Leelas of today are being mentioned, it is supposed to be called as just Kalpa. Because Kalpa means a day of Brahma. Mahakalpa means the Mahakalpa was the term used to indicate the entire life of Brahma. So, but since we are talking about Satyavrata, is a one of a great devotee, the Kalpa becomes Mahakalpa. The Kalpa during which a great devotee Mahabhakta appeared, something like that. This is the explanation of the Sandarbha. Others explain this as during the lifetime of Brahma, during this day of Brahma, and not another Brahma's lifetime, the son of Vivaswan became Manu. So, even if you take Mahakalpa literal meaning, in this life of Brahma, on the 51st year, first month, first day, the King Satyavrata appeared as the son of sun god and became Manu. So, like that also one can interpret. So, in that way. So now, the second pastime, the personality is introduced. So there was a king during Chakshusha Manvantara. So what? No, don't worry. That king who was Chakshusha Manvantara was King Satyavrata. He is the Manu for the seventh Manvantara. He is not some remote person. He is very close person. He is the origin of Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha. In his Vamsha only appeared Lord Ramachandra and Lord Krishna. So be attentive. So like that. So who is he right now? He is introduced. So then his pastimes are mentioned from next verse onwards. Ekada krutamalayam
एकदा कृतमालायां
kurvato jalatarpanam
कुर्वतो जलतर्पणम्
tasyanjali udake kachit
तस्याञ्जल उदके कश्चित्
chapari ekabhyapadyata.
चपरे एकभय अपधयात्. On one day, while King Satyavrata was performing austerities by offering water on the bank of the river Kritamala, a small fish appeared in the water in his palms.
So now the story begins. Story is one day, Ekada. While King Satyavrata was offering Tarpana in the river Kritamala, a small fish appeared in the water that he held in his palm. So early in the morning he went to river Kritamala. His capital was nearby Kritamala river. So early in the morning he went to river, he took bath, he wore fresh clothes. Then he wanted to offer Argya to sun god during sunrise. So when he took some water in his cupped palms, there was a small fish. Because with fish we should not offer water. He was about to put the water back into the river. Then something wonderful happened. Satyavratoanjali gatam.
Satyavratoanjali. Sorry.
Satyavratoanjali gatam
Sahato yena bharata.
sahato yena bharata
Usasarja nadito ye.
utsasarja nadito ye
Shafarim Dravideshwaraha.
shafarim dravideshwara. Satyavrata, the king of Dravida Desha, threw the fish into the water of the river, along with the water in his palm.
Yeah.
O King Parikshit, descendant of Bharata.
So this Krutamala river is in the south now. Krutamala, Tamraparni, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, these Krishna. These are the some of the rivers in South India currently. So Krutamala is there, I suppose, Tamil Nadu somewhere. That's why the Desha is mentioned here. O King Satyavrata, the king of Desha, threw the fish contained in his hands into the river. He was about to throw the water into the river back. Then what happened? As he was about to put the water back into the river, the fish began to speak. Tamaha sati karunam
Tam aha shati karunam
mahakarunikam rupam
mahakarunikam dripam
yadobhyo gnati ghatibhyo
yadobhyo jnati gatibhyo
dinam mam dinavassala
deenamam deenavatsala
katam visrujase rajan
katham visrijase rajan
bhitamasmin sarijjale.
bhitam asmin sarijjale. With an appealing voice, the poor small fish said to King Satyavrata, who was very merciful, "My dear king, protector of the poor, why are you throwing me in the water of the river where there are other aquatics who can kill me? I am very much afraid of them."
With an appealing voice, the poor small fish said to merciful King Satyavrata, O king, protector of the poor, O Dinavassala, why are you throwing me in the water of the river where I fear other aquatics which can kill me? So other bigger aquatics can kill me and eat me up. So why are you throwing me back into the water? Like that is requesting. Tamatmanonugrahartam
Tama atmano anugrahatham
प्रीत्या मस्यावपूर्धरम्
pritya matsya
अजानन् रक्षणार्थाय
ajanan rakshanarthaya
शपर्यासामनोददे.
spaharya samanodade. To please himself, King Satyavrata, not knowing that the fish was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, decided with great pleasure to give the fish protection.
King Satyavrata, not knowing that the fish was the Supreme Lord, out of affection decided to give the fish protection in order to show his mercy. When fish, the small fish, spoke and pleaded, King Satyavrata, being a compassionate king, he thought, okay, let me not throw it back into the river. Let me save it. Let me protect it. He did not know that the fish was his worshipful Lord Vishnu. So, in that way. Then, as he protects, the fish eventually becomes bigger, very big. Then he realizes that this fish is not ordinary person but Lord Vishnu himself. That will be mentioned in this section 16 to 26. तस्यादीनतरं वाक्यम्
तस्यादीनतरं वाक्यम्
आश्रुत्य सा महीपतिः
आश्रित्य सा महीपते
कलशाप्सु निदायायनम्
कलशाप्सु निधायैनां
दयालुर्निन्य आश्रमम्
दयालुर्निन्य आश्रमम्.
सा तु
Sorry.
तत्र किल रात्रेण
सा तु तत्रैकरात्रेण
वर्धमाना कमण्डलौ
वर्धमानाकमण्डलौ
अलब्ध्वात्मावकाशं वय
अलब्धात्मावकाशां वा
इदम् आह महीपतिम्
इदमाह महीपतिम्.
नाहं कमण्डलाव अस्मिन्
नाहं कमण्डलावस्मिन्
कृच्छ्रं वस्तुम् इहोस्तवे
कृच्छ्रं वस्तुमिहोत्सहे
कल्पयौकः सुविपुलम्
कल्पयौकः सुविपुलम्
यत्राहं निवसे सुखम्
यत्राहं निवसे सुखम्. So the merciful king, being moved by the pitiable words of the fish, placed the fish in a water jug and brought him to his own residence. But in one night, that fish grew so much that he could not move his body comfortably in the water of the pot. He then spoke to the king as follows: "O my dear king, I do not like living in this water pot with such a great difficulty. Therefore, please find some better reservoir of water where I can live comfortably."
So, since he went to the river early in the morning, he had taken a kamandalu with him. So he put that water in his anjali, in the kapud palms, into the anjali. The merciful king, being moved by the pitiable words of the fish, placed the fish in a water pot and brought it to his hermitage. Because he was performing a special vrata, he might be living on a hermitage only, somewhere nearby. Because he is performing a special vrata, subsisting on water only. So in that way. But in one night, the fish grew so much that it could not move its body comfortably in the water of the pot. The fish then spoke to the king as follows. The king brought and performed tapasya and slept. Early in the morning next day when he got up, when he wanted to take the kamandalu to the river, the fish began to speak. I do not like living in this water pot with such great difficulty. Therefore, please make some bigger residence where I can live comfortably. So yesterday morning you were like small fish, not even like little finger. But now he is occupying the entire space of the Kamandalu. So he said it is uncomfortable for me, I cannot live here. So then what did the king do? Sayenam tata adaya
स एनं तत आदाय
nyadad anuda nyadad audancha nodake
न्यधा न्यध न्यधाद् औदञ्चनोदके
तत्र क्षिप्ता मुहूर्तेन
तत्र क्षिप्ता मुहूर्तेन
हस्तत्रयम् अवर्धत
हस्तत्रयम् अवर्धत
नम एतद् अलं राजन्
नम एतद् अलं राजन्
सुखं वस्तुं वुदञ्चनम्
सुखं वस्तुम् उदञ्चनम्
पृथुदेहि पदं मह्यम्
Pruthudeh padam maiham
Yatvaham Sharanam Gata.
yatvaham sharanam gatam
Tata Adaya Sarajna.
tata adaya sarajna
Shipta Rajan Sarovare.
क्षिप्ता राजन् सरोवरे
Tad Avrutyatmana Soyam.
तद् आवृत्यात्मना सोऽयं
Mahamino Nuvardata.
महामीनोऽनुवर्धताम्. Then, taking the fish out of the water pot, the king threw him in a large well. But within a moment, the fish developed to the length of 3 cubits. The fish then said, "My dear king, this reservoir of water is not fit for my happy residence. Please give me a more extensive pool of water, for I have taken shelter of you." O Maharaj Parikshit, the king took the fish from the well and threw him in a lake. But the fish then assumed a gigantic form, exceeding the extent of the water.
Yeah. Then taking the fish out of the water pot, out of the kamandalu, the king placed it in a large well. The well means we can think of the well with which we are familiar. So most of you might have seen wells in your childhood. The well would be like around 6 feet width. Maybe the bigger wells could be like 10 feet width. These are like basically in the village next to our home where the well water is taken out every day morning. So that's such kind of well. So 6 feet to 10 feet like that we can say. But the moment the fish was thrown in, it increased its size to 3 cubits. Asatrayam avardhata. 3 cubits. One hasta is like 1.5 feet. So 3 hastas will be like how much? 4.5 feet. So if the well is about 6 feet, it has become 4.5 feet. So it becomes little difficult for it to move around in the this thing. Or astatrayam avardhata. Or otherwise, if you take asta, it is like the full open hands, which will be how much? How many feet will be? At least it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be like 5 feet. So even if the will is bigger, we can say today the will may be small, 6 feet or 10 feet, but in the past would have been bigger. So if you take asta means one hasta is normally from the knee to the edge of the this one will be 1.5 feet. So that will be 4.5 feet. But both the arms when you open, the total distance would be like 4 5 feet and into 3 times. So maybe 12 to 15 feet. That could be the size of the well. So still, so it occupied the entire width of the well. So like that we can say. Then the fish spoke. O king, this reservoir of water is not suitable. Please give a extensive place, for I have taken shelter of you. Then the fish began to say that, no, no, my dear king. But in a moment, but the moment, so it is like Muhurtena. The previously, yesterday morning, he brought the fish to home. 24 hours later, the fish became bigger. Now, as soon as you put the fish into a small well nearby, adjacent to, because the well is required for the king to take water, cook and all. The well is required for everyone. Now we are using tap water. The same well which is there in front of his home, he put it. But he became bigger. But this time it did not take long time. He only took muhurta. So after one muhurta, the fish began to speak. Oh, my dear king, I'm not able to move in this well. Please take me out, something like that. Because I have taken your shelter, it is your responsibility to protect me, something like that. Then Sukadeva Goswami is saying that, O King Parikshit, the king took the fish from the well and threw it in a lake. But the fish then expanded into a gigantic fish filling the whole lake. Then he has put the fish in the nearby lake. This time immediately, not even muhurta. So as soon as he put it, as soon as it went into the water, it became as big as the lake. So like gradually reducing time. Previously 1 day, then one muhurta, then 1 minute, something like that. The fish covered the lake with its entire body. Just like Lord Vamana becoming Trivikrama covered the entire universe, In whichever object you put, the fish is occupying the entire body, entire size of that object. So in that way. Then fish began to speak. Naitanme swastaye rajan
Naitanme swastave rajan
udakam salilaukashaha
udakam salilokasha
nidehi raksha yogena
nidahi raksha yogena
hrade mam avidasini
hridemam avidaksani
iti ukta sonyam masyam. Sorry.
iti
Iti uktaha sonayan
iti uktaha sonayana
masyam tatra vidashini.
matsyam tatra vidasini
Jalashe sammitam tam
jalashaya asamitam tam
samudre prakshipajyasham.
samudre pra, prakashit pajaham. The fish then said, O king, I am large, aquatic, and this water is not at all suitable for me. Now kindly find some way to save me. It would be better to put me in the water of a lake that will never reduce. When thus requested, King Satyavrata took the fish to the largest reservoir of water. But when that proved insufficient, the king at last threw the gigantic fish into the ocean.
O king, this water body is not at all suitable for me, because when he occupied the entire size of the lake, he said it is small. Please put me in a lake that will never dry up in order to save me. This lake is small. I've already become big as the lake, and very soon water will dry up. I will die. Please put me in a bigger water body. Put me in a lake which does not dry up, as a means that I will not die by lack of water. When thus requested, King Satyavrata took the fish to a perennial reservoir of water. But when that also proved insufficient, the king at last threw the gigantic fish into the ocean. Asammitam means it was not big enough. So maybe like he might have put into the big lake, big water body, big river and all. Still the fish became big enough. Then the king threw it in the ocean. Maybe we can say that Indian Ocean down below Kanyakumari. So that is where it came. क्षिप्यमानस्तमाहेदम्
क्षिप्यमाणस्तमाहेदम्
इह मां मकरादयः
इह मां मकरादया
अदन्ति अतिबला वीरा
अदन्ति अतिबला वीराम्
मां नेहोस्रष्टुम् अर्हसि.
मां नेहोस्त्रष्टुमर्हसि. While being thrown in the ocean, the fish said, O King Satyavrata, O hero, in this water there are very powerful and dangerous sharks that will eat me. Therefore, you should not throw me in this place.
While being thrown in the ocean, the fish said to the king Satyavrata, O hero, in this water very powerful makaras will eat me. Therefore, you should not throw me in this place. But till now, okay, but now when he was about to be thrown in the ocean, he says, big sharks are there, they will eat me up. So this is Lord Maya Matsya Vidambanam. Evam vimohitasthena
एवं विमोहितस्तेन
vadata valgu bharatim
वदता वल्गुभारतीम्
tamahako bhavanasman
तमाह को भवानस्मान्
masya rupena mohayan.
Matsya Rupena Mohayan.
Naivam Viro Jalacharo
Naivam Viryo Jalacharo.
Društosmabhishrutopi va
Drishtosmabhi Shrutopi Vam.
Yo Bhavan Yojanashatam
Yo Bhavan Yojana Shatam.
Ahna Bivyana Shesharaha.
Ahna Bhivyana Saraham. After hearing these sweet words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of a fish, the king, being bewildered, asked him, "Who are you, sir? You simply bewilder us." "My lord, in one day you have expanded yourself for hundreds of miles, covering the water of the river and the ocean. Before this, I had never seen or heard of such an aquatic animal."
Captivated by the fish that spoke these sweet words, the king asked, "Who are you bewildering me in the form of a fish?" When he was throwing the fish into the ocean, he was telling that sharks will eat me up. He himself is much bigger than the sharks, and he is saying that sharks will eat me up. So, those words are captivating the king. Then the king began to speak. Initially, I thought like you are an insignificant fish looking for my protection, but you have become so gigantic, so astonishing, and you are speaking as if you are insignificant. So these words are astonishing me. Please tell me, who are you? In one day, you have expanded yourself a hundreds of yojanas in the water. Before this time, I had never seen or heard of such a strong fish. So in my entire life, I have never heard or I have never seen anybody like that. So in this way, the king, surprised and surrendered and submitting himself, began to ask the Lord, "My dear Lord, who are you? Please reveal." So here, like he kind of expresses his understanding. Initially, I thought that you are a mystic person, you may be a demon, or you may be a yogi, you may be a devata, you may be a great rishi. But finally, I think that all these assumptions does not fit the way you are expanding. You seem to be something special. Please reveal who are you. Like that, he will ask. He'll offer a couple of prayers and he will ask, and then the Lord will respond. So all these things will be like in one flow that we will discuss the next week. So we'll stop here for today. And if there are any questions from devotees, we'll take a couple of questions and then we'll wind up for today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, Lord Matsya appeared twice, you know?
Yes, yes. Once during Swambhu Manvantara, the current one is during Chakshusha Manvantara.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Prabhuji, I just wanted to share, like I had heard in Laghu Bhagavatamrita, this mention comes that means it has given the reference of Vishnu Dharmottara, something like Sridhar Swami says, like
Mm.
that at the end of every Manvantara, Lord Matsya appears like that. So, but means Jiva Goswami and all, they are not, means they are not in agreement with, so there is some controversy like that. But
Yeah,
twice he appeared, that is accepted by everyone like that.
yes. In Surya Siddhanta, whatever I am studying, there also one verse comes. At the end of every Manvantara, there will be some small pralaya where there are a lot of rains will come and then the entire earth is inundated by water and the people will die. But the Bhumandala does not submerge into Garbhodak ocean. This time, to next class, we will discuss that the rains are so heavy, the entire Bhumandala will submerge into Garbhodak ocean. So, since this time it is entering into Garbhodak ocean, it is a special pastime. It will be connected with the appearance of Lord Varaha and then Narasimha and other pastimes of Kurma and other things. So that's why this pastime comes here in the Bhagavatam. But otherwise, in general, Maybe there will be a partial pralaya during which there are huge rains. All the human beings and devatas will die, so that the next manvantara, the new set of people will start. Because at the end of the manvantara, there will be a rain through that medium, to that rain. All the devatas will leave their bodies and go back to Godhead. Then in the next manvantara, after the rain subsides, the new manvantara will begin, and the new people will take the responsibility. So that is a general happening. So the Manvantara to Manvantara transition, there is a huge rain and Matsya will come and he will protect some important people, and then the next Manvantara will begin with them. But here there is a special event is happening. The entire Bhumandala will be submerged into Garbhoda ocean, which is not the case with every Manvantara. And this is happening somewhere in the middle of the sixth Manvantara. It is not end of the sixth Manvantara. So in that way, this is a special pastime. This
So
becomes
this
the
is means
Avtara.
Chakshusha Manvantara, at the end of Chakshusha
No,
Manvantara.
no,
you
no,
were
it is
saying.
not at the end of. It is in the middle of Chakshusha Manvantara.
Oh, so it is not even the end of the Manvantara.
No, no, no. The
So
at the end of the Manvantara, for some other reason, the Leela may come and Lord may appear as Matsya. But this is a middle of the Manvantara, it has got extra additional pastimes. The Bhumandala will submerge and
So,
he will speak
in
to
the
King
middle,
Satyavrata.
okay, so in the middle of the Manvantara, why then Prabhuji the
Lord's,
woman?
Lord's desire, Lord's desire. There is a verse. There are some, all these notes are there in one verse, for one verse. That time we'll discuss. We'll discuss in the next. The Lord has a special desire. He wanted to. It is because of this Matsya Avatara only all the pastimes will unfold. Even in our book, if you see those 125 years, it starts with this pastime. Because it was Lord's desire that he appeared as Matsya and he created a partial pralaya. As a result of that, all the pastimes are unfolded. Every pastime is connected to this pastime. This is the origin of all the future pastimes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Even all the
woman,
way up to the appearance of Lord Krishna, and then afterwards also appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all Madhvacharya and all these things are also have connection to this pastime.
okay.
So it was Lord's desire. Lord himself made Brahma to go to rest, and the Lord himself appeared as Matsya and created annihilation, and then he will start a new set of pastimes. So without this pralaya, all the other pastimes will not take place the way they have taken place.
Okay. And Bhumandala submerges in Garbhodaka means it doesn't move from its place and go and fall into the Garbhodaka, na, like in the time of Varaha incarnation. Submerge means the maybe the water of Garbhodaka increases to a level where the
No,
Bhumandala.
no, no, not like that. It submerges means it only becomes heavy. It goes down into Garbhodak ocean. The water of Garbhodaka will not become heavy. The Bhumandala only falls in the Garbhodak ocean.
Achha, so like Varaha incarnation, it just falls into the Garbhodaka ocean,
No,
like.
no. Since it fell into Garbhodak ocean, to lift it up, Lord appears as Varaha.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So when now we are saying that it submerged into the Garbhodaka ocean, that means that time also the Bhumandala fell into the Garbhodaka ocean, na, you are saying.
Yes, yes. We will discuss.
Okay.
Basically, because of the pralaya, as Lord indicates in one of the future verses, everyone in the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, all will die, including Atala, Vitala, all the way up to Patala, except those people who are in the boat. Since the 10 lokas become bereft of living entities, when Lord Brahma wakes up, he was aghast, but he does not want to recreate because creation is a painful task. So he was looking for someone who can do for him. That time he saw Daksha was still performing tapasya in somewhere in Maharloka. And he went to Daksha. He requested Daksha, my dear son, you want to become Prajapati? I'll give you all powers. I'll not only make you Prajapati, I'll make you best of Prajapatis. I'll give you all my powers. On my behalf, you please create these 10 lokas. Then it is Daksha who began to create through his mystic potency, but things are not happening fast. He went to Vindhya mountain chanting Amsaguya prayers, worship Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu arranged his marriage. After marriage, he begot 10,000 Aryashvas, then 1,000 Shavaleshvas, then 60 daughters. The 60 daughters were married to different devatas, different rishis, Kashyapa and others. I don't remember, Dharma and others, etc. And they produce all the children. They populate all the 10 lokas, Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Swargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, etc. All these lokas are populated by Dharma and Kashyapa. So like that happened.
Okay, thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
So then, there when Aditi gave birth to 11 Adityas, one among them was Aryama. Aryama gave birth to children. These children were human beings. When human beings were born, that time everyone was concerned about the place of human beings. The Bhumandala will submerge into Garbhodak ocean now. But it is only when Aryama produces children, then they think that okay, we need Bhumandala for human beings to stay. Then they went to inform Kashyapa, and Kashyapa informed Brahma, and Brahma prayed to Lord Vishnu. Then Lord Vishnu appears as Varaha to lift the Bhumandala from Garbhodak ocean, which fell into Garbhodak ocean during this Matsya Avtara pastime. While he was lifting, on the other side, Kashyapa had 17th wife. 16 wives gave children, 17th wife did not produce children. She was very angry. You are partial, all of us married to you, and you are not showing any concern for me. You are only spending more time with other wives. I need children. My co-wives, they have big children, or they are in big post. One is Indra, one is Varuna, this, that, and all. I also need children like that. But Kashyapa said, no, do wait till night. He said, no. If I wait till night, you may say that I'll go and take bath in the river and you'll never come back. Please give me children right now. So then he gave birth to two competitive children. That is Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and Lord appeared as Varaha to kill Hiranyaksha, Narasimhadev to kill Hiranyakashipu. And then all the future pastimes are unfolding based on that. Since Diti was competitive in relation to her co-wives, she wanted to have children who would be in the same positions as her co-wives. Even today also, there is a lot of competition. I want to be there, like that. So this is how all the future pastimes will be unfolding from this Matsya Avatar pastime.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Any other devotee has anything to speak?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think in one of the future verses, as you mentioned, the three planetary system, that is our three above planets, are going, not the above ones, like,
No.
So,
Other than Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, the rest 10 will be subjected to physical destruction.
and that's called partial this thing, no? What do you call it? So
This is not even partial. It is much less than partial only. It happened. It is as good as partial only, but there was no fire involved here, only water. At the partial annihilation, that Naimitika Pralaya, at the end of the day, Brahma, first there is fire, then there is water. Here only water comes. Directly water was came. So because Lord only wanted, because when fire comes, it will be burning to ashes. That is not correct. When water comes, okay, water will come, and 2 days later, water will be evaporated or dried and gone away somewhere like that. Things will become intact. So that's why this time only water came.
Okay. Great. We'll study about this in further verses, right?
Yes. Next week we'll discuss other details.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. And you are saying that you're still studying. You have submitted the papers, right?
No. My defense is still there. Exam is still there. Final exam. There is a Vaibhav exam that is still pending.
Oh, okay. I thought everything is submitted already.